Hey, Mark. So today I want to talk about statistics because it's been making me crazy for years how people go on Zolo and House Sigma and pull off these numbers that are not realistic. Now, also saying that Toronto board numbers and BARRIE board numbers and Realtor.ca numbers are also incorrect.
BARRIE for sure, 100%, because it's a mess where the duplication of, if you're a BARRIE board member, we got the listing and then we got two listings up.
So
So,
guess what? If you
so
go on Realtor.ca right now, for BARRIE active listings, there's over 1,100
yeah,
because they're listed on the Toronto board and the
yep,
BARRIE board.
that's
So
right.
when you go on there, it's double entry.
That's right. Yep. And then people are going, holy, again, looking at the listings and everyone else, again, there a lot of the general public are going to Zolo and House Stigma for their information. They live on that. Try to get them on Realtor would be the better app to be looking at things. Still will show up twice. I don't know how accurate it's going to be from that point of view, but even when we're figuring out some numbers for our conversations, we got to go through all the solds because it's being duplicated, overlapping because it's been on two boards, BARRIE board member and the Toronto, it gets twice.
Yes.
So, it's hard. Best advice I could give.
Well, one thing people have to realize is Realtor.ca is updated by the board within 4 to 5 hours. So if it's active, it's there.
Yep.
The other issue, though, with Realtor.ca is you don't see if it's conditionally sold.
No. And they should be putting that on.
House Sigma shows that, Mark. It shows that it's conditionally sold.
So why isn't Cree allowing that to be on Realtor?
I don't know. I know. So Realtor.ca, I'll have a client say that they're interested in a listing, and I'm like, oh, it's conditionally sold. House
Right.
Sigma, they showed me, it shows right on there. It's
Yeah.
conditionally sold. But there's a lot of things on House Sigma. They show an average sale price in the neighborhood, but they don't take in account that, there could be townhouses around the corner with a huge fee.
Correct.
They don't take all these little things into account. The neighborhoods, the
No.
fees. They look at a condo with with low fees and a condo with high fees the exactly same way.
Yeah. And the numbers are skewed all the time, right? They're skewed all the time where, they get pulled down if we, you know what I mean? The average sale would have dropped last week for sure, because there's only one property sold over $1 million. What happens if there was 3 properties sold over $1 million last week or the week before? Sorry, the average sale goes up. So people shouldn't look at that.
No,
right?
well, exactly, because averages can be totally skewed from 2 or 3 really high ones or 2 or 3 really low ones. You see it all the time, right? Where we know that it's bullshit. Like we know that, oh, well, one just sold at 2.3 million.
Yep.
Well, that's going to skew the average way out.
100%.
And then no high listings sell at all. So now it's gonna come back down.
Yeah.
And the other thing is new listings. Zolo, House Sigma show new listings, and they don't accommodate for some that was canceled and relisted.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. So it keeps going up. It's up where it's on our fingertips. Someone wants to know something. Hang on one second. Let me log into the board. Here we go. And to our viewers that are watching and saying, like you just said, I'd like to go see that property. Hang on a sec. Oh, it's conditionally sold. We have that information at our fingertips right away. And if someone who won't see the updates, right? And that's where creators needs to share more data. We're in a sharing world right now. Share everything is my philosophy. Share it all.
Well, but you know what the problem is though, Mark? If you're going to share it all, do it fucking right.
I know.
Like if something's been canceled and relisted,
yep.
Probably 85% of our listings right now are cancel and relists. They're not new listings.
They're not new listings. No. No one's listing right now. Anything, when we see updates, we know it's just, we see 45 or 50, it's terminations. We get terminations, and oh yeah, and it's a duplicate. Yes, not all of them go relist right now. Some will be taking them off. Oh, I just saw that cancellation or terminated. Now it shows as an active listing, a new active listing.
Well, not only that, on Zolo and House Stigma, it looks like 2 new listings because it came up on the BARRIE board and the Toronto board.
Right.
So the numbers are like all totally skewed, and people are looking at them as correct. You know, when somebody releases a statistic, you believe it, right?
100%.
And it's nonsense. Like, it's not right.
Well, that's the thing, right? They should be looking at more closely. My philosophy is call a realtor who knows what's going on a bit, and they can see and tell you how many listings are. I bet if someone called 4 realtors, they would know the amount of inventory in the market today. They would
probably
know.
not. Probably not.
No, they'd be lost.
But I have clients sending me these statistics like, oh, there's 1,100 listings, or the average sale price is 600 and whatever. Well, it is because there's no fucking sales.
I know. Or, oh, the market's down 11%. No, it's not. Sales will be down. We're not seeing prices down 11%. Right?
We're not. And the issue, right. And the issue is that these programs are just going on like a schematic of a algorithm math, right? Probably. A math algorithm. Yeah. I mean, nobody's actually looking at it and making sure it's correct.
Nope. They're pulling the data from the boards, and the boards, some of the data, especially the BARRIE board, is incorrect. Yeah. There's a duplication of the solds.
Yeah.
Duplication of the terminations. One on Treb, one on there. Look how long we had a hard time figuring it out, in a sense. Let's just screw it. Let's just go by week. If that means we need to take out what's been duplicated, then we just spend an extra 20 minutes or whatever it is to take it out and count them up. Because then we know that the information that we're putting out is accurate because we've done a little bit of homework. But if those other apps and stuff, they're inaccurate because they're not. It's all an input.
Yeah.
Here we go. So.
And it also feeds into the bullshit and the negative narrative.
Oh, 100%.
Because if I'm pulling up all these numbers off this Zolo and House Stigma and all these places, and they look horrible.
Yep.
Everybody, it feeds into the negative narrative that's going on, and it's not even correct. It drives me crazy because if people weren't using it and actually believing in it, it wouldn't matter.
Correct.
Years ago, nobody gave a shit about those sites. Nobody believed in those sites anyway.
No, well, they're popular now. They got eyeballs on them.
Oh my God, my clients are Diane. My House Stigma says my house should sell for $785.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Really? Well, did it take into account that you're in a huge, you're two streets away is $1 million neighborhood, but your neighborhood isn't?
Yeah.
It doesn't take into any of that shit into account, Mark.
No, the numbers, and you see them too, or like when they show them, oh, it's listed under market value.
Yeah.
Above market value.
Yeah.
Like that's wrong. And I really believe nothing's going to replace a realtor in a sense when we can just pull this information up on our fingertips and have it accurately for viewers.
Yeah. Right? Well, it frustrates me. Like you said, I had that one buyer from Toronto. Every friggin' house we went to, he'd be on his phone. Oh, House Stigma says this one's only worth 600.
Yeah.
House Stigma's only, oh my God. Okay. We're in a neighborhood that is all century homes and all shit. And this house was totally redone. Beautiful. Right. They gutted it. Everything was done. Like everything.
Yeah.
Well, they're taking the average sale price of a shit neighborhood in houses that haven't been touched.
Right. Or they're grouping them by price points.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly. Right. And fitting in that, they can't take into account the neighborhood, what's going on in the community, etc.
is one totally renovated and one totally original.
Yeah, I know.
They don't look at any of those things.
No, they don't. They don't. And that's a problem. So viewers, stop looking at them.
Yeah, and if you really are a serious buyer or seller, then go to your agent for the proper information, because focusing on these sites that are ridiculous, they don't really give you a proper days on market either, Mark.
No, they don't. They don't. I've seen it too. Right. And I get them too from people, even showings too, and going, oh, well, this is the valuation. Well, I didn't see that. I don't see that. And they go home and research, going, that information is incorrect. But again, the public's on them. You know, they've done a good job getting eyeballs on them, because there's a lot of people looking at them, but they're looking at incorrect numbers, right?
Yeah.
There's variables to that puzzle, and that's where realtors come in and say, hey, no, we're not seeing this in this neighborhood. This is what we're seeing in the neighborhood, right?
Well, I'd love to know how House Stigma can get away with having a listing and saying this house is worth 650.
Yeah, I know.
Who the fuck are you?
No, I know. It's brutal. But and then if they're looking at it, someone says, oh, wait, wow, it's 20% over market value. What's a buyer thinking then?
Well, first of all, it's priced way too high, and I have to pay at least 20% under the list price.
Yeah.
Obviously. But who are they? Like, even as professionals, when we become licensed, we're told to be very, very careful with what we say.
You have to.
Right? We don't know. Do you tell a seller exactly what they're going to get?
Not in this market, I don't. I don't promise nothing, right?
But House Stigma can, Mark.
Yeah, I know. Right? We can narrow down to days on market, that what we're seeing in the market, what we're seeing in the area, and we could see you in this, but you know, we're almost done November right now. Things are dying in a sense, right? Because it's Christmas time. So, you know, if you don't sell the next couple of days, I really don't think you're going to do, they're going to be a snail's pace when we do these videos next week and see the numbers. We got 18, I bet there's 10 or 12. Yeah. I'll be shocked if there's any more. Like, and I still think some buyers are still out there looking, but I'm telling you, you know, and I talked to a client about the other day, I said, you know, when I listed my townhome on Brown Bear in March, first 5 days, there was 45 showings. You guys have been listed 20 some days. We've got 15. Big, whoa, where did traffic is down? Footsteps are down. And the ones that are coming in are just kind of lookers. Right?
Yeah.
You know, they're thinking about it, but they're just not pulling the pin till the new year and seeing what's going to go on in the new year. So, you know, it's a tricky game out there today.
Well, right? It's tricky, and it makes it 10 times trickier for me with these sites that are full of shit.
100%.
Because now, you know, some people live by it, and they're telling me every single house we go into.
Yeah.
The House says it's only worth this much, and this one's, you know, I just cannot believe that they can put a value on a house that they never saw.
Well, I know it's a numbers thing, right? They're pulling the data and they're pulling from the neighborhood maybe, or the zone, and going boom. The algorithm can figure out price in a heartbeat, in a sense of, you know, the input fields are in there. This is what we see happening, but it's just,
there's definitely an algorithm that everything goes by.
100%.
But that's taking the shittiest house and the 100%. Best house in the same like they're putting them in the same category. Now, if an appraiser goes into a house and appraises a house that's a gut job inside and total shit, the appraisal is going to be a lot lower than if he goes in there and sees a house that's totally redone. Could be 100,000 difference.
And look what happened again. I'm going to bring it up again, where a couple of weeks ago we're in the office and I sit beside the appraiser talking to an agent who bought the property on Grace. Help me out. I'm 100 grand below what you paid for it. what are you seeing? Tell me what you're seeing, because either I'm missing something or you basically overpaid.
Yeah.
And remember, that appraiser doesn't work for the seller or buyer, they work for the lender.
Yeah.
So they have a fiduciary duty to report, this is what I see, this is what it is, boom. That's it. Like, that conversation didn't go well. It didn't go well. And I listened to the whole thing. I'm going, wow, I sure wouldn't want to be the agent on the other side of that transaction on the buying end. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Overpaying for something in this market, in a sense.
Well, he paid 1.1 or 1.2 or some ridiculous number. And I bet on House Stigma that was 800. I'll bet you any day of the week, because there's no way on Grace Crescent that bungalow would have come out at over $1 million.
Not even close.
Not even close.
Right. And now you got me on a roll. So one of Avery's friends has her house listed. And so I asked her, well, what do you guys listed at? Oh, 1.5. You back on the ravine? Got a nice neighborhood. No. You're 300K overpriced. Where do you get the information from? Oh, a realtor. Oh. I guess that's why it's not selling. You're getting the wrong information. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Like, clue in here. Like, this isn't rocket science. So I said, you know what? Go to my channel. There's some great education there, what I do in the marketplace, and talk about pricing all the time in price zones and to help, you figure it out maybe. I'm not saying listen with me, just saying go get educated. Because obviously you're not those folks are not educated.
No, well, this is what frustrates me is it's not only
like a house stigma. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not only them not being educated, it's that when you try to educate them, they fight you on it because they're getting information from somewhere else that they believe is true. So now when I'm saying, listen, I don't care what that says. It's bullshit. It's not accurate. So now I'm fighting to try to prove that. And one time me and the guy were yelling at each other. Like, we were actually yelling at each other, and he's laughing. He's like, Diane, I don't want to get you mad at me. And I'm like, listen, I can't deal with you. I'm going to give you proper comparables. I'm going to go on the boards and give you the proper information. I can't deal with this if you're going to listen to fucking House Stigma, because it's not correct.
Well, that's the thing, right? I hope Korea opens up Realtor to start publishing more information, because it's going to be more accurate than these sites, right? And again, there's a solution to it. And you can say it again, call a realtor that knows what they're doing, in a sense, that has some information, or subscribe and like our channel, because we're honest about the information. We're not sugarcoating shit out there. This is what it is today. And it could change tomorrow, the next month, or the next week, or the next year. But we're presenting data that we've pulled this data from somewhere, pulled it from the real estate board.
And not only that, Mark, we're backing out the doubles.
We're taking the time to give proper information out.
Yeah.
And I see all the agents just sending, a picture. Oh, here's the stats. Can't even read them. They're wrong.
I know.
So
it makes me crazy, because people live and die by those numbers. Like, buyers and sellers are looking at those numbers and they're making decisions on those numbers, and they're fucking wrong. And nobody looks into it, because it's too easy just to screenshot the bloody number you get.
Right. Easy way out. Less work for me. Let's just do a screenshot. Maybe get a like for it.
Yep.
Wow, how exciting that is. Right. So
drives me nuts.
Yeah, there's I don't know. I won't say it. So I said it before. So just,
I know I could go on and on, because this is one thing that it pisses me off, and I've been dealing with it for about 2 years now. Where you go to a listing appointment. Well, House Stigma says my house is worth this much.
Well, don't listen. Okay, I think we're done. I think we covered some good information on some
for sure. Hit the
Okay.
like, subscribe, or drop us a comment if you want any information.
Okay, see ya.
Yeah.